When you work in digital marketing, you handle a large number of online accounts, Google Workspace, social media platforms, advertising tools, analytics, dashboards, email marketing software, and much more. Each of these accounts contains sensitive data, both yours and your clients'. This is why understanding and applying basic security principles, starting with password management, is not optional. It is a fundamental professional skill that protects your work, your reputation, and the data you are responsible for. Why password security matters in digital marketing. As a digital marketing professional, you will manage accounts that contain confidential information, advertising budgets, customer contact lists, campaign performance data, access to websites, and payment methods. A compromised account can lead to financial losses, data theft, loss of access to critical tools, and serious damage to your professional credibility. For example, if someone gains access to your Google Ads account, they could spend your entire advertising budget in hours, or worse, your client's budget. If your Gmail account is hacked, every email exchange with clients becomes exposed. The threats are real and frequent. Cybercriminals use automated tools to try thousands of password combinations per second. They also use phishing techniques, where they send fake emails pretending to be a trusted service, like Google or Meta, to trick you into entering your password on a fake website. Understanding how attacks work helps you understand why strong password habits are so important. What makes a password weak or strong? A weak password is one that is easy to guess or easy to crack using automated tools. Here are the most common characteristics of weak passwords. It is short, fewer than 8 characters, it contains only lowercase letters. It uses obvious words like password, hello, 123,456, or your first name. It includes personal information that is publicly visible, such as your birth year, your pet's name, or your city. It is reused across multiple accounts. A concrete example of a weak password, Martin 1985, it combines a common first name and a birth year. Anyone who knows basic information about you could guess it. A strong password, on the other hand, has the following characteristics. It is long, at least 12 characters, ideally 16 or more. It combines uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters, such as @ hash, $, %. It has no relation to personal or easily guessable information. It is unique, it is used for one account only. A concrete example of a strong password, TR7 KLW at 94MQZ hash. This is random, long, and includes a variety of character types. It would take an automated tool an astronomically long time to crack it. The problem of password reuse. One of the most dangerous habits in digital security is using the same password across multiple accounts. Here is why. If one website you use is hacked and your password is leaked, which happens regularly, even with major platforms, cybercriminals will immediately try that same password on other services, Gmail, Facebook, LinkedIn, your advertising accounts, and so on. This type of attack is called credential stuffing. For example, imagine you use the password Sole 2021 for a small forum you registered on years ago. That forum gets hacked and your email and password combination is exposed. Now attackers try that exact combination on your Gmail, your Google Ads account, your Meta business account. And if you use the same password everywhere, they gain access to everything at once. This is why every account must have its own unique password. Yes, this means you will have dozens of different passwords. And no, you cannot memorize them all, which is precisely why password managers exist. What is a password manager and why you need one? A password manager is a software application that securely stores all your passwords in an encrypted vault. You only need to remember one single master password to access the manager, and it takes care of storing and autofilling all your other passwords. Here is how it works in practice. You install a password manager as a browser extension and/or a mobile app. You create a strong, unique master password to access your vault. Every time you create a new account or update a password, you save it in the manager. When you visit a website where you have an account, the manager automatically fills in your login credentials. Many password managers can also generate strong random passwords for you automatically. Popular and reliable password managers include Bitwarden, free and open source, 1Password, paid, widely used by professionals, and Dashlane, freemium. Google Password Manager, built into the Chrome browser and your Google account, is also a practical option, especially since you have already set up your Google Workspace environment. However, for professional use involving multiple client accounts and platforms, a dedicated password manager is strongly recommended. Using a password manager means you never have to compromise on password strength because you can no longer remember a complex password. The manager remembers it for you. Two-factor authentication, an essential additional layer. Even a very strong password can be compromised, for example, through phishing, where you are tricked into entering it on a fake website. This is why two-factor authentication, also called two-step verification, is critical. Two-factor authentication means that logging into an account requires two separate proofs of identity. 1. Something you know, your password. 2. Something you have, a temporary code sent to your phone or generated by an authentication app. For example, when you activate two-factor authentication on your Gmail account, every time you log in from a new device, Google will ask you to confirm your identity by entering a code sent to your phone by text message or generated by an app like Google Authenticator. Even if a cybercriminal steals your password, they cannot access your account without also having access to your phone. You should activate two-factor authentication on every account that offers it, especially your Gmail and Google Workspace account, your Google Ads account, your Meta Business Suite account, any tool connected to client data or financial information. The process of activating two-factor authentication on Google is straightforward. Go to your Google account settings, navigate to the Security section, and follow the steps to activate two-step verification. You can choose to receive a code by text message or use the Google Authenticator app, which generates a new code every 30 seconds without requiring an internet connection. Practical rules to follow in your daily professional life. Here is a summary of the concrete security practices you should adopt immediately and maintain consistently. Never reuse the same password on two different accounts. Always create passwords of at least 12 characters, combining uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters. Use a password manager to store and generate all your passwords. Activate two-factor authentication on every important account. Never share your passwords by email, text message, or chat, not even with a colleague or a client. If you need to share access, use the official access sharing features built into tools like Google Workspace or Meta Business Suite. Never write your passwords in a notebook, a sticky note, a standard text file, or an unencrypted spreadsheet. Change your passwords immediately if you suspect an account has been compromised, or if you receive a suspicious security alert. Regularly check if your email address has appeared in known data breaches using a free service like HaviBeanPwned, available at HaviBeanPwned.com. A note on managing client account access. As you progress in your career as a digital marketing professional, you will frequently be given access to your clients' accounts, their Google Analytics, their Google Ads, their social media business pages. It is important to understand that in these cases, best practice is never to ask for or share account passwords directly. Instead, you should always use the official delegation or administrator access systems built into each platform. For example, on Google Ads, a client can add you as a manager through Google's My Client Center system without ever giving you their personal password. On Meta Business Suite, a client can give you a specific role, such as advertiser or analyst, on their business account. These methods are safer for both you and your client, and they allow access to be revoked easily if the professional relationship ends. Conclusion. Password management is not a technical detail reserved for information technology specialists. It is a daily professional discipline that every digital marketing expert must master from the very beginning. You are now managing a growing set of online tools, Google Workspace, Drive, Gmail, and soon advertising platforms, analytics tools, and client accounts. Building strong security habits now will protect your work and your clients throughout your entire career. The time invested in setting up a password manager and activating two-factor authentication on your accounts is minimal compared to the damage that a security breach can cause.